organic vision of what took over 10 years to conceive. This is our vision of our little world, and what started as a single project with the Dream Hotel in 2007 turned into this. And I want to say that we had this vision the whole time, but that's not how it happened. It started as wanting to bring a new hotel to Hollywood, which at the time only had didn't even have the W Hotel in it. We knew there was a lack of hotels. We knew that Hollywood needed to grow up. We needed people to stay here, to wake up here, to shop here. So our vision originally was just to bring a single hotel to Hollywood. And once we figured out that we wanted to do a hotel here, we wanted to surround it with a lot of great food and beverage experiences. Our neighbors to the west have great food and beverage. They have great restaurants. And Hollywood really was always known for having nightclubs, and that was about it. What we wanted to do was bring the A game to Hollywood, and we knew that if we wanted to create a destination hotel, we needed to surround itself with great food and beverage. So once we decided that, we went out to look for the best food and beverage group in the nation, and that we naturally drifted towards New York and what was going on in New York, Las Vegas, and that's what brought us to the Tao Group. The Tao Group is probably, they have 4 of the top 10 restaurants in the U.S. So bringing them here, we basically placed a $40 million bet on these guys to bring them their big box, large format restaurants, to bring the critical mass, the energy, to really highlight the hotel, giving multiple reasons to be at a project we thought would create that destination where people would drive from the west side, from Beverly Hills, from West Hollywood, to come over here. Because the knock always was Hollywood, there was only nightclubs to come over here. And if we wanted to really be the destination place that people would actually drive over here and spend a whole night with, we would have to entertain them properly with great restaurants, rooftops, nightclubs, the whole kit and caboodle. When you go to Las Vegas, you can go to the Wynn, you don't have to leave, and what we wanted to create here was a one-stop destination that you didn't have to leave.
So we're going to go to the next slide. So this question is for Richard. So tell us a little bit about this and how this fits into that overall picture. That slide was from Selma and Cahuenga to Wilcox, if you're not familiar with the aerial view of Hollywood. So this is one of your other projects that's proposed. How does it fit into the rest of this area and your vision?
Well, hello? There you go. Well, like Graham was saying, with the Dream Hotel, it started out as Dream, and then it evolved, and how it evolved was, through this alley experience. And the alley at the time was a nuisance alley. It was designated as a nuisance alley that required the property owners around it to maintain it and control it. And with that, we huddled up with our neighbors and we created the opportunity to vacate the alley and use the alley as a vehicle to create this little mini campus. With the Dream Hotel now and Beauty in Essex and Avenue, and a couple little retail venues that we're bringing, and then the Tao Resturant as well. What we did with Dream is ultimately create this great little campus. Organically, serendipitously, things happen, one thing leads to another, and here you go, you have an opportunity. It just so happens directly across the street from where our Dream project is, to create this second campus. And with that said, we had the opportunity to acquire this property. It's adjacent to our other hotel, the Thompson Hotel. This one will be the Tommy Hotel, and they're kitty corner from each other. And the concept behind Tommy centers around the Thompson brand. The Thompson brand is owned by Two Roads Hospitality. It's a joint venture between Joie de Vivre Hotels as well as the Lowe's Hotel Group. And they have 90 hotels among their group. Thompson being their grand dame, it's that elegant brand, it's a sophisticated lifestyle where it's more of the adult and it's a casual elegance. And that is actually just on the other side of this particular property, which is the Tommy. Tommy, by definition, it's the brother, it's the young brother of Thompson. The Tommy brand, what we, our vision and Tommy's vision to bring to Hollywood is, you know, you can call it a micro-room hotel, but in the end, what it is, it's a very efficient hotel room that's affordable, that gives you all of the amenities that you could want in a larger room with affordability. And the concept behind it is like the WeWork, where you don't necessarily want to stay in your room, you don't necessarily want to stay in your office. You want to work together, you want to share your thoughts, you want to kind of creatively pull together a laptop, cup of coffee, so on. You know, that's the vision behind the Tommy. It live and play and work all together, and then, you know, the rooms don't have to be as large, therefore they can be affordable.
So it sounds like this is a place where it's not just for the guests, but as we heard before, the people who live in the neighborhood coming and spending some time there, and the guests there may be the friends and the family visiting from coming and visiting the locals. So this is an experience for everybody to participate in.
All of our hotels are adamantly focused on the neighborhood and focused on the hotel guest experience and the blurring of the two, absolutely.
So we'll take a look at the next slide real quickly. So this is the aerial view of the Dream Hotel that will be opening very soon. We've all seen its progress and it's very exciting. And then I want to take you to the next and final slide, which is really exciting. And this is to really kind of the crown jewel of placemaking in that public-private space. So tell us some of the features that are kind of groundbreaking and the creativity that went into making it like this.
Well, I mean, this idea goes back to 10 years ago when we met with CRA, Kip Rudd. And he had the idea of vacating this alley and creating this type of paseo where the whole community could benefit. So, you know, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. I think Richard touched on it earlier. We've got 4 retail shops that we're curating. And when you say placemaking, we call it curating because that kind of gives you, that gives the property really definition. And our ability as a developer is judged by how we curate a property. So it's really important to us to have the right retail, to have the right restaurants, to have the right nightclubs. And our vision, we really are hypersensitive to that. And we know we have to bring our A game, and we're excited to have everybody come out and see this vision. We're days away from opening the Dream Hotel. Next week we'll have our TCO. A few weeks later we'll be open, and we'll really be able to see what this property is. Right now we've got Tao Resturant open, Essex Avenue. Our numbers are through the roof. The bed's paying off, but we really truly won't see what the property is going to be like until it's open and we see it in action.
And something that isn't in these renderings that may have been kind of an afterthought, there's some really beautiful arches that are there right now. And tell us about where your hotel lobby elevators are.
Yeah, we have these great arches, and I want to touch on something differently. But we do have access on the alley to 3 elevator shafts that bring you directly to the rooftop. We didn't want to have people going to the rooftop through the lobby, disturbing the hotel guests. So we wanted to create some separation, so that's what we did. But one of the other things, we talked about community benefits, and when we started this project, it was a single project, and it organically came and became 3 different projects. But what we thought was we wanted to create this destination originally as just one hotel, but when we started doing multiple projects, we said, wow, what an idea to create our own little village, our own district, to create like a meatpacking district in New York. You know, you've got Times Square down at Hollywood and Highland. We wanted to be our own little community. And so what we're currently working with the city on is creating our own little archways over the streets, creating our own tree-lit lined streets, maybe upgrading the sidewalks, creating our own brand. Right now we've got like a working title, Soho Hollywood, south of Hollywood. It's a little sexier than the Cahuenga corridor, but but that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to bring a destination name where we're going to this district, so all of our neighbors can benefit, not just us. And that's what we wanted to create a village and a destination, not just for ourselves, but for the community surrounding us as well.
Cahuenga corridor sounds like something someone who's lived in or who has worked in government would call it, right?
Well, you know, corridors, you're not really arrived anywhere, you're going from one place to another. So we wanted to create a sense of arrival.
Right. So, finally, as you're taking a look at this, what have you seen as the benefit? I mean, the hotel's not open yet, but it's a thriving alleyway so far, and people are always down there. What are some of the most exciting things that are happening there, and how is that impacting the neighborhood? Are you seeing the locals coming out? What's happening there?
It's, well, you can imagine, what I'm proud to say is my father, thank God, 89 years old, he's at Tao, not just because, you know, we're a part of Tao, but my mom and my dad are using this restaurant. They live in Beverly Hills, they drive here. We're seeing such a demographic that is so significant. We're so happy about it. We're seeing people from Hancock Park, we're seeing people coming in from the west side. We're thrilled. You know, at the end of the day, you know, Grant and I came together about 10 years ago, you know, and I've been in Hollywood for over 20 years, and you know, when we came here, it was a new frontier. It was an open canvas, paint whatever picture, and we talked about this earlier. We are not approaching this from a developer, make money, how can we get a good bottom line, so on. That was never our intention, it's never been. Our goal and our vision was we want to make a difference, and if we can make a difference and we can be proud of it making a difference and we could be thrilled and everyone enjoys that, and you know, that's hospitality, money will come. You know, it's not about the money, it's about doing the right thing. And we feel at all times we're always engaging the community in asking, what do you think? Is this a good idea? You know, Kip, like Grant was saying, the alley, you guys are going to be, you know, operating this hotel against this alley. Why don't you, you're already entitled for alcohol for dining on the alley, why don't you just vacate it and control it? But we don't even control we don't control all the properties. So what we did is we engaged our neighbors, our property owners, and we said, listen, we could do this all together. There's the Hotel Cafe, it's a live music venue. We have a great restaurant. You come through the alley to go into a restaurant. You go into the alley to go into a little nightclub. You go into the alley to go to the roof, which is, by the way, going to be spectacular. And all this is the energy coming off of this alley, public-private opportunity where we pulled everyone together. We made it work. We're thrilled, and we can't wait for the opening. And we're going to move on to the next couple of hotels that we just, you know, got underway. And, you know, but more importantly than anything, tourists were going to come here. Now they have a reason to come here and they have a reason to stay here. But more importantly than any of that, we have our community that wants to use it and are using it from all age groups.
You know, and we're also happy to report 700 jobs. That's what we have for Dream. And 700 jobs. And when we're finished with all our projects, will be over 2,000 jobs. So, I mean, that's what's exciting. It's exciting to see the new people's, you know, the new employees, look on their face, how excited they are. That's what really makes it all worthwhile.
Thank you so much. And I have to hand it to these two, and a big round of applause for you. They're really investing in this community and putting something into it that's unique and creative. It's fun to have some creative minds working at a hotel. We have creative minds working in the music industry and other entertainment industry and even in finance. So Hollywood's a really great place to create space and to create a place for everybody to feel like they're a part of the community. And thank you for your insight, and we'll see you out on the alleyway of Dream Hotel.